You ever wonder why, despite being close to her, something feels off? Like no matter how much you care, she's pulling away. You may be doing everything right, but there's a hidden factor that most men don't even think about until it's too late. It's not about your actions or the way you treat her, but what you're saying. Believe it or not, there are certain truths you can reveal to her that seem harmless in the moment, but can seriously hurt your relationship. These hidden truths can kill attraction, create distrust, and make her start seeing you differently. And what's worse, most men don't even realize the damage until it's already done. So let me save you from making these mistakes. Never tell your woman these 5 things about you. These are the hidden truths that most men regret sharing, and I promise if you guard these, you'll keep your relationship stronger and more secure. It might seem like open, honest communication is the key to any relationship, and to a point, it is. But here's the truth. There are certain things you just shouldn't share with her. Vulnerability is powerful, but it's not about sharing everything. Sometimes revealing too much or the wrong details can shift the power dynamic and start to chip away at what you've built together. The balance between openness and maintaining mystery is delicate, and revealing these truths can make her start questioning everything she thought she knew about you. It's important to understand the value of restraint and self-control when it comes to communication. The things I'm going to reveal aren't just random advice. They're lessons that many men have learned the hard way. They've shared these things and only realized the damage when it's already too late. And let me tell you, once you reveal these things, it's hard to take them back. First up, one of the worst things you can do in a relationship is to reveal your deepest insecurities, especially when they don't directly affect her. It might seem like a good idea to open up and let her know about your worries and doubts. But here's the thing, your insecurities are yours to handle, not hers. When you expose them, you're putting the weight of your emotional struggles on her. You might think it'll bring you closer, but it actually shifts the dynamic. Instead of seeing you as a confident, capable partner, she starts seeing you as someone who needs constant reassurance. Look, we all have insecurities, but sharing them constantly with her isn't going to make her feel closer to you. It's going to make her feel like she has to fix you. Women want to be with someone who has their own sense of self-worth. If you're constantly talking about your insecurities, whether it's your career, your looks, or your past mistakes, it can make her start questioning your self-confidence. And no woman wants to be with a man who isn't comfortable in his own skin. It doesn't matter how much she loves you. At some point, she'll start to feel exhausted by your emotional baggage. Vulnerability is important, but only when it's necessary. If you share insecurities that don't directly affect her or the relationship, it chips away at your own self-image and her attraction to you. The worst part, once you reveal your insecurities, it's hard to undo the damage. She'll remember those moments, and every time she sees you in a vulnerable situation, she might start to feel less attracted to you. The key is to handle those insecurities privately and only share what's truly necessary. Vulnerability should be about the things that matter, not about airing your emotional laundry every time something bothers you. Keep your personal battles to yourself unless they affect the relationship directly. And even then, approach it with confidence, not desperation. Show her that you can manage your emotions and that you're not expecting her to carry your emotional weight. Next on the list, never tell her how much you depend on her, financially or emotionally. Of course, relationships involve some level of interdependence, and that's completely normal. But if you make it clear that you're relying on her for everything, whether it's money, decision or emotional support, it shifts the power balance in the relationship. Women want to be with men who are self-sufficient, not ones who need constant saving. The more you depend on her, the more she'll start to see you as weak and incapable, and no one is attracted to weakness. It might seem innocent to ask for help when you're struggling, but constantly leaning on her for financial or emotional support can make her start to lose respect for you. If she feels like you're always looking to her to fix your problems, she might start questioning your ability to lead the relationship. Women are hardwired to want stability. And if they start seeing you as someone who can't handle life on your own, it makes them less secure in the relationship. They want to feel that you can stand on your own 2 feet, not that you're constantly relying on them to get by. Here's the kicker. When you lean too much on her, she starts to feel like she's carrying the load, and eventually she'll get tired of it. Relationships are supposed to be partnerships where both people bring something to the table. If she starts feeling like she's the one doing all the heavy lifting, whether it's emotionally or financially, she might begin to lose interest. Instead of making her feel like your emotional caretaker, focus on being the man who takes control of his own life. If you're going through a tough time, deal with it on your own terms. Take proactive steps to fix your situation rather than constantly turning to her for support. That's what builds respect and attraction. Now, let's talk about your past, especially your past relationships. This is something that men often don't think twice about, but revealing too much about your exes can have a serious impact on your current relationship. If you're constantly bringing up your exes or talking about your past relationships in detail, it creates an unnecessary comparison. She starts to wonder where she stands, especially if you're always talking about how your exes were better in some way. No woman wants to feel like she's competing with your past. She wants to feel like she's the one who matters now, not just another chapter in your book. When you talk about your past relationships, it also brings up insecurities for her. She starts thinking about what made those women special and if you're still emotionally attached to them. Even if you're just being casual about it, it can create doubt. If you reveal too much about your romantic past, you open the door for her to compare herself to those women, and that can lead to problems. She wants to know that she's your focus, not some past relationship that you can't seem to let go of. Sharing too much about your exes is one of the quickest ways to make her feel like she's just filling a space rather than being the one you truly care about. The key is to be mindful of how much of your past you share. You don't need to tell her every detail about your exes or what you did with them. Your past doesn't define your future, and it certainly shouldn't define your relationship. Keep your exes in the past and focus on building a connection with her that's based on the present. If there's something important from your past that she needs to know, like if there's a relevant lesson you've learned or something that's important to your current relationship, then share it. But if it's just a random anecdote about your ex or past relationship, keep it to yourself. The more you keep that part of your life private, the stronger the connection between you two will be. And finally, here's the one secret that can destroy everything. Never tell her how much you need her. Of course, relationships are built on love, but there's a fine line between showing affection and becoming emotionally dependent. If you make it clear that your happiness depends on her or that you can't function without her, it changes everything. Women want a man who is self-sufficient, who can stand on his own, and who isn't constantly looking for validation. If she feels like she's the one holding your life together, she starts to feel burdened. Nobody wants to feel like they're being relied on for everything, especially not emotionally. The truth is, when you make her feel like you need her to be happy, it shifts the dynamic of the relationship. It goes from being a partnership to a responsibility. She no longer sees you as a strong, independent man, but as someone who can't stand on his own. And that's not attractive. Women want to feel that they can lean on you, not that you're always leaning on them. If you're constantly putting pressure on her to fill all the emotional gaps in your life, it's only a matter of time before she feels drained and starts pulling away. The key is balance. Show her love, care, and affection, but never let her feel like you're emotionally dependent on her. Your happiness should come from within, not from her. Women are attracted to men who are confident in their own skin and can handle life's challenges without constantly looking for reassurance. Keep some emotional independence, and you'll be much more attractive to her in the long run. If you can avoid these 5 mistakes, if you can keep certain truths hidden and maintain the right balance in your relationship, you'll build something strong, lasting, and meaningful. Don't fall into the trap of oversharing or becoming emotionally dependent. Keep a little mystery, maintain your strength, and never forget that attraction thrives when you're confident and self-sufficient. If you want to dive even deeper into the psychology of relationships and learn more secrets that will help you keep the spark alive, be sure to subscribe and check out my next video.